Stop, do not buy the Amazon Fire TV Stick 4K Max. \n that is, unless you know these 5 brutal secrets. \n welcome to the most honest review you will find. \n my name is Alex, and I test tech so you don't have to buy junk. \n I am going to reveal what Amazon does not want you to see about their most powerful streaming stick. \n we will talk about the Wi-Fi 6E hype, the bizarre Alexa frustrations, and the one setting that actually makes this thing worth it. \n for the best price, click the link in the description. \n but here's what surprised me. \n I went in expecting a flawless 4K powerhouse. \n therefore, I was shocked when my very first test was a complete disaster. \n the setup promised to be simple. \n but my TV went black for a full 30 seconds. \n not a great start for a device that's supposed to be smarter. \n the box says it is the most powerful Fire Stick ever. \n however, power is useless if the experience makes you want to throw the remote. \n let me show you exactly what I mean. \n we need to rewind. \n why are you even looking at this thing? \n you want smooth 4K, maybe Dolby Vision. \n you are tired of buffering. \n you want a simple, clean interface to watch your shows. \n that is the dream, right? \n therefore, the promise of the Fire TV Stick 4K Max is incredibly tempting. \n it has a faster processor, Wi-Fi 6E support, and more storage. \n but what if I told you that for many people it is overkill? \n or worse, that its biggest feature is a total gimmick. \n curious? Good. \n let's break it down, starting with the one thing everyone is talking about. \n Act 1. The unboxing and setup nightmare. \n the package feels premium. \n you get the stick itself, the Alexa voice remote, a power adapter, an extender cable, and the usual paperwork. \n the remote is comfortable, with dedicated buttons for Netflix, Prime Video, Disney Plus, and Hulu. \n it feels good in the hand, like a loyal companion for your binge watching. \n but then you plug it in. \n this is where the first joke writes itself. \n the setup process is so eager to connect you to Amazon's ecosystem. I think it asked for my social security number. \n okay, it did not. \n but it might as well have. \n you are guided through connecting to Wi-Fi, which is where the Wi-Fi 6E hype begins. \n it boasts this new, super-fast, uncrowded wireless standard. \n therefore, you expect blazing speeds. \n however, here is the brutal truth. \n unless you have a Wi-Fi 6E router, a several $100 investment most people do not have, this feature is utterly useless. \n it is like having a sports car in a city with a 20-mile-per-hour speed limit. \n it looks great on the box, but you will never use its full potential. \n and the setup, it is slow. \n not painfully slow, but there are multiple updates right out of the gate. \n you will stare at progress bars. \n you will question your life choices. \n finally you get to the home screen. \n and that is when the second act of this drama begins. \n Act 2, the good, the bad, and the ugly interface. \n let's start with the good, because there is some. \n the performance is snappy. \n apps like Netflix and YouTube load quickly. \n scrolling through menus is fluid. \n 4K HDR content, when you find it, looks stunning. \n the Dolby Vision and Atmos support is legit for movies that have it. \n the picture is crisp, the colors pop. \n if you are coming from an older streaming device, this will feel like a rocket ship. \n but, and this is a huge but, the interface is a cluttered, ad-infested nightmare. \n Amazon's Fire OS home screen is not designed for you to find your apps quickly. \n it is designed to sell you things. \n the top third of your screen is a giant, auto-playing video ad for a show you do not care about. \n below that, rows and rows of content suggestions, most of which are not from your subscribed services. \n your actual apps are buried several rows down. Backslash N, it is like walking into a store where the cashier is screaming at you about a sale before you even get through the door. Backslash N and Alexa. Backslash N, let's talk about the voice remote. Backslash N, you press the button and say, "Open Disney Plus." Backslash N, it works sometimes. Backslash N, other times, it hears "Open Disney" and dumps you into a search for Disney cartoons. Backslash N, or it just thinks for a moment and does nothing. Backslash N, my favorite is when I asked it to play The Marvels, and it started playing a trailer for Captain Marvel Asterisk from 2019. Backslash N, close but no cigar, Alexa. Backslash N, the remote has a joke button too. It's the one labeled Prime Video that you will accidentally press all the time. Backslash N, now the storage. Backslash N, it has 16 GB, which is double the old model. Backslash N sounds great. Backslash N, therefore, you think you can download all the apps. Backslash N, but after the system software and pre-installed bloatware, you are left with about 11 GB. Backslash N, that is better, but modern apps are huge. Backslash N, you will still be managing storage sooner than you think. Backslash N, and then there is the buffering myth. Backslash N, the Wi-Fi 6E is supposed to eliminate this. Backslash N, but in my real-world test on a standard Wi-Fi 5 network, I still got the occasional buffer wheel on high bitrate 4K content. Backslash N, it was less frequent than on older sticks, but it was not magically gone. Backslash N, the processor is better at catching up, but the promise of no more buffering is a marketing fantasy for most homes. Backslash N, which brings me to the most frustrating part of all. Backslash N Act 3. The secret setting and who should actually buy this backslash N. After a week of testing, I was ready to declare this thing a overpriced ad box. Backslash N, but then I found the one setting that changes everything. Backslash N, it is buried deep in the preferences menu. Backslash N, it is called data monitoring and you can turn it off. Backslash N, this does not stop the ads, but it significantly reduces the data the stick uses to tailor them, which seems to subtly improve menu responsiveness. Backslash N, the real game changer, however, is installing a third-party launcher. Backslash N, this is not officially supported and requires a few steps, but it replaces the entire home screen with a clean, app-only grid. Backslash N, no ads. Backslash N, no auto-playing trailers. Backslash N, just your apps. Backslash N, it transforms the experience from frustrating to fantastic. Backslash N, therefore, the real product is not the Fire Stick 4K Max out of the box. Backslash N, it is the Fire Stick 4K Max asterisk after asterisk you perform minor surgery on it. Backslash N, so who is this for? You are a deep Amazon Prime user who buys movies on Prime Video and uses Alexa smart home devices. This is your best option. Backslash N, the integration is seamless. Backslash N, if you are a tech tinkerer willing to sideload apps and customize the interface, the power under the hood is fantastic. Backslash N, but if you are a casual viewer who just wants to open Netflix and watch a show without being marketed to every single second, look elsewhere. Roku or even an older Apple TV will give you a cleaner, less aggressive experience. Backslash N, the 4K Max is the most powerful Fire Stick, but that power is largely used to serve you more ads faster. Backslash N, it is a paradox. Backslash N, it is like getting a supercomputer that only lets you use it to browse a mall. Backslash N, that brings us to the final verdict. Backslash N conclusion. The honest truth backslash N, should you buy the Amazon Fire TV Stick 4K Max? Backslash N, the answer is not a simple yes or no. Backslash N, it is a maybe if. Backslash N, if you can get it on a deep sale. Backslash N, if you are committed to the Amazon ecosystem. Backslash N, if you are willing to tweak its settings or launcher to reclaim your home screen. Backslash N, then, and only then, does it become a recommendable device. Backslash N, at its full price, for most people, it is a tough sell. Backslash N, you are paying a premium for Wi-Fi 6E you probably cannot use, a processor that mainly navigates ads smoothly, and an interface that fights you. Backslash N, the promise is a premium, streamlined 4K experience. Backslash N, the reality is a powerful device shackled by its own software. Backslash N, it is not a bad device. N, but it is a deeply frustrating one because it is so close to being great. N, it is like a brilliant chef who insists on putting parsley on every single dish, even your ice cream. N, to summarize, stunning 4K picture. N, snappy performance. Remote that feels good but has a mind of its own. N, an interface drowned in ads. N, a killer feature, Wi-Fi 6E, that is irrelevant for 90% of users. N, and one secret setting that unlocks its potential. N, therefore, my final advice, N, stop. N, think about what you really want. N, if you want simplicity and peace, keep looking. You want power and are okay with a project, this could be it. Not buy it blindly. N, and if you have decided after all this that you want to take the plunge and try to tame this beast, I have done you one favor. N, I have tracked down the best current price on Amazon. N, you can check it out using the link I have left for you in the video description below. N, it is the easiest part of this whole process. N, click that link. N, it supports this channel at no extra cost to you, and it helps me keep making these brutally honest reviews. N, thank you for watching. N, smash that like button if this saved you from a bad purchase, and subscribe for more no-nonsense tech reviews. N, what was your experience with the Fire Stick? N, let me know in the comments. N, I am Alex, and I will see you in the next one.